Did you know when Governor John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey purchased Kentucky Fried Chicken from Uncle Harley in 1964, they had moved headquarters to Tennessee? Not in 1964. It happened around 1971, just before they sold to Hubling. Uncle Harley got so mad, even though he no longer owned Kentucky Fried Chicken, he was able to force them to move it back. I'm going to abbreviate for the cuss words. When KFC moved its headquarters from Kentucky to Tennessee, Uncle Harley was furious and said, "This ain't no goddamn Tennessee fried chicken, no matter what some slick, silk-suited son of a bee says." Uncle Harley went on to say, and if they didn't move it back to Kentucky, he would go on Johnny Carson's show and tell everyone how bad the food had become. His threat worked. Later that year, Massey resigned. Brown took over as the president of KFC. Brown, who would become Kentucky governor in 1979, decided to move the headquarters back to Kentucky. He also reconciled with Uncle Harley and gave him more control over the quality of the food. Now, my issues with KFC has been resolved. I do have some issues with some of their quality from time to time, and my family has no control over their food. 1971, Brown sold Kentucky Fried Chicken to Hubling. And that's when Uncle Harley sued Kentucky Fried Chicken for breaching contract of misuse of his name and image and changing his recipe. That's also when KFC sued him for opening the Colonel's Lady. Previous, when Uncle Harley owned Kentucky Fried Chicken, headquarters for it was in Shelbyville. 1964, he moved to Mississauga, Canada to operate the Canadian franchises that he kept under his name, and by 1973 he moved back to Shelbyville. This all happened before he moved back to Shelbyville. That doesn't mean he wasn't in the States, though. He traveled a lot. Uncle Harley threatened Kentucky Fried Chicken with going on Johnny Carson's show to tell everybody how bad the food had become.